That's it.
Hey,
We're live, buddy.
Hey, howdy, folks.
Welcome.
Happy Wednesday.
Wednesday's going to be our new norm for a while here.
Yeah, we are like, we're agile. We're flexible.
Yeah, we are.
Welcome to Low Expectations, episode 34, Thomas. That's Tom. I'm B. We are happy to see you. Thanks for joining us tonight. Episode 34. I wonder if they can guess, Tom, what episode 34 might be about.
It's time, folks. It's time.
Yes.
First day of fall.
We've checked the Mayan calendar.
It's the first day of fall.
The eggplant has been sacrificed.
First day of fall. Plus, I can't stand this bitch complaining about it every hour. On the hour.
It's here. It's finally here. It's the most wonderful time.
It's the second most wonderful time of the year. Don't you take away from my Christmas.
We'll get to that later. Anyway, we're giddy. We're happy. We are. It's a great week. I mean, Tom has finally acquiesced us drinking some pumpkin beers. I'm very excited about that.
Before we came on, we had some pumpkin treats.
Yeah.
And we've got a pumpkin candle burning.
Yeah.
We're all pumpkin now.
We're all
That's
pumpkin-y
it.
out.
It's fall. I'm wearing Uggs.
They're like, it's like someone killed Bigfoot and chopped his feet off and hollowed them out.
Stretch pants and Uggs, baby. I'm in my college uniform.
Yeah, I walked in. He's like, I'm in Strugs mode. I was like, I don't even know what that is.
And then you saw.
And then I saw, and I can't
Behold.
unsee that.
Did we introduce the show?
I think I said it was episode 34.
Oh, awesome.
Did I need to
I'm
say?
Tom, you're B. We did that?
I did that too.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. That's great.
I'm
I
a
wasn't paying
professional.
attention.
I know you never pay attention.
I'm having a little trouble. I can't get the chat to pop out.
Oh,
so that's
no.
I'm having that personal problem. I'm
Do
sorry.
you need to do something? I can talk to the people for a
No,
second?
you can talk for a minute, but aside from asking Nate for help, I don't know what's going on here.
Oh, okay. Well,
I can't even seem to find it.
to prepare for pumpkin season, I have I've gone to the lovely Mary Mead Dairy.
Oh, yes, sir.
Are you familiar with Mary Mead Dairy? And I purchased myself some pumpkin ice cream, and I purchased myself some pumpkin scones. So I was starting my day with pumpkin scones and finishing my day with pumpkin ice cream, and I was one happy little pumpkin.
I think I got it.
I think he's got it. So that made me happy. Tonight's lineup made me happy, and I know you're happy.
I am just
Because
super happy.
you have a little mini road trip planned that I think you should pop a beer and talk to us about.
Okay, so if we're going to pop a beer, it's going to have to be a pumpkin beer, B.
Well,
Because it's pumpkin night,
of course.
number one. So the first pumpkin beer is by Saugatuck. I think you would pronounce it that way. Saugatuck Brewing Company. This is their pumpkin chai. It is technically an amber ale brewed with natural pumpkin and chai tea. I'm going to give a little disclaimer here.
Okay.
I love pumpkin beers.
Go ahead.
I've never had a pumpkin chai that I liked.
How many pumpkin chais have you had?
3 now.
I've never had a pumpkin chai.
Okay, this is going to be number 4, and I've never had one. The flavors worked well together, and I'm not against it. Obviously, I've tried several times, and I'm excited to try it.
I always give you credit for trying. If we're being fully transparent, Tom has placed the beers in an order that he has designed, saying we're gonna like this one least, and we're gonna like this one best. So I'm here for the ride. Let's see what happens.
Okay, here we go. I am going to crack her open first. It's a small can, so we're just looking at it's 6.5% alcohol by volume. It's a 12-ounce can. Sounds like a beer.
That was a cracker.
Yep. For tonight, I will be pouring into the Dreet Customs Boo glass. This is the first Boo. It's not Trippy Boo. It's just Boo. And I hope you can see that on the camera. Boo is actually a clear print, and then you can only see the face and the eyes. It's a really pretty awesome. I love that one. Here we go. Oh, A little more amber than I thought it would be.
I'm liking the color of that.
Okay.
I'm liking the
I'm not going to pour any more of that.
the heft of that jib. I'm not
The
drinking
head
any
looks
more
good.
of that.
The heft of that jib. Lacing is nice, if not a touch thin. It's disappearing quickly. But I love the size of the bubbles. So, all right, let's see. Here we go.
Well, the nose on that, sir.
Yeah?
The nose on that, it's in the sweet spot.
It's promising.
It's right in the lane where it should be.
It's promising. Definitely promising. And I'm open to them. I love chai and I love pumpkin, so I would like them together. It's okay.
Thin.
Yeah. Ends really, really fast. It's almost, I have no taste of pumpkin left at all. The spice is gone, everything.
I feel that there's the promise of a decent beer in here. They just need to pump everything in here up. It's thin. And the finish is a little discordant.
Yeah, I agree with every bit of that. But I'm not going to say that I dislike this. It could be better, but I'm not going to give this a dislike at all. This is definitely the best chai pumpkin I've had.
I could sit at the brewery and order one of these and be okay. I probably wouldn't order a second one, but I'd be okay with one.
I could drink this as a break in between other
Pumpkin beers?
heavier pumpkin beers.
This is the palate cleanser?
Yeah. So you can see Saugatuck up there. They are actually, it was a pretty neat information. They're from Michigan.
I had no idea.
Yeah. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all.
It just doesn't deliver. It doesn't deliver on the nose. It's too thin.
So what did you want me to talk about? I finally got rid of my piece of shit car.
Oh.
Or that I have a road trip tomorrow. I'm sorry, not tomorrow. Friday.
You are the one this week that has a lot to talk about, so I'll let you choose, because I don't have a lot going on this week.
All right, so road trip to the Answer on Friday. And if you've been following the Answer craziness that's going on there, I'm 98, let's say 80% really excited, and about 20% terrified about what's going to happen.
Why?
I think it's just going to be too much fun. And I can be the kind of person that
You retract from too much fun?
No, that partakes in too much fun.
Yes.
So we're gonna see what happens, but Sunday could roll around real fast for me.
I'm kind of hoping, I see a photo of you at some point sprawled on the roof of the deck, just like spread eagle unconscious.
I'm definitely bringing a chair and a travel pillow, and I'm just planning on just camping there the whole entire time.
Yeah, because anniversary week, for those of you that don't know, is utterly insane down there. I think they gave away a Blackstone today.
Today that somebody wants.
There's all kinds of prizes, and I think somehow they've tied the prizes into buying beer.
So every 4-pack,
Yep.
a standard plastic 4-pack holder, they're putting small wooden nickels in those 4-pack holders. So between the can and the 4-pack holder, in that little bit of space right there.
Yes.
So when you buy your 4-packs, you have to check each one to see if you got a wooden nickel, which means you won a prize.
Okay.
Very smart of them. They've never done it that way. They've also never just completely sold out of beer every freaking day already so far. So they're selling all their beer in order for you to get the prizes, rather than just giving away lots of prizes and hoping you buy some beer. Very smart.
I've seen crazy stuff like
Prizes are
Blackstone griddle,
an uni, one of those
pizza ovens. Yeah.
And all this crazy custom merch, like custom Jordans, custom Vans, all this crazy stuff. So, it'll be neat to win a prize, but I'm going for the glasses. If we haven't talked before, I enjoy glasses. We're going for the beer.
Hi, welcome to the Beer Glass Museum, sir. Do you have a ticket?
Yeah, there's going to be lots of fun stuff there, and I'm going with a friend who I've never had a solo adventure with before, so I think that's going to be really fun too. So all about it's gonna be a really good time.
What's the over/under on Matty K. Lasers just somehow appearing and showing up?
Impossible. He has a music festival. Not happening. He's out. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it will be. I
forgot to mention this.
What? Oh, pre-show.
Yeah, the pre-show we had was Orange Puffsicle from Imprint. That was their triple dry hopped, triple hazy IPA with oranges and marshmallow. I really love it, and I grabbed it because it was orange.
That is the orange version of our anniversary beer, my friend.
Delicious.
Yep. Okay. Yes, I think I'm going to Free Will's Oktoberfest on Sunday.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
I think I'm going.
It's not Oktoberfest. They're calling it Lagerfest, right?
Are they?
I thought it was called Lagerfest.
It's some type of fest.
Yeah, it's all lagers.
And,
all different kinds of lagers.
I'm not a big Sunday fun day guy. Because that whole work Monday thing.
Yeah. Nate told me that he's going to be camping out. He's going to get there at like midnight on Friday night so that he can be the first guy for all the lagers.
At the vending machine?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just going to take a backpack full of Slim Jims and he's just going to buy all the lager he can. Just drink it all.
So if I want to look for him, I should just follow the trail of Cheeto dust?
No, I don't think Nate eats Cheetos.
You can get them from
Do we enjoy Cheetos in the mix?
No, not so much. Slim Jim wrappers. Just look for the Slim Jim.
Oh, okay. I mean, I figured you could get Cheetos from a vending machine too, so that was fair game.
No, not Cheetos.
All right.
Okay. I'm ready for another one. Are you empty?
Apparently, Mo says yes.
I'm excited for this one because it's a local place.
I love supporting local.
And not only do I love the fact that it's a local place, the head brewer who cracks me the hell up.
I don't know the head brewer.
I have Matt Nitschke.
Oh, yeah, I do know Matt.
You totally know him.
Derp.
He's an awesome guy. He the stuff that he posts on like a weekly basis, him singing and enjoying the hell out of his job is just so rewarding. I love to watch it, and it makes me feel good, and it makes me want to go to my job and have an even better time. So if you have ever heard of 10-7 Brewing Company, you should really go check them out. They're in Lansdale. If you know old school Lansdale, near the mall, there's the Wawa at the Y, the Wawa on the corner there. They're right behind that Wawa, closer to the train station there.
Yeah.
So between the Wawa and the train
For
station.
those of you at home, it's more like a North Wales kind of place.
Oh, is it North
Yeah,
Wales technically?
yeah.
All right, technically
It's
North
right by the
Wales.
train station in North Wales.
Okay, so I guess it would be North Wales. Yeah, sorry. That's
okay.
just me
okay.
saying
It's
that's Lansdale to me.
It's my stomping ground.
Yeah,
I
it is
grew up
yours.
over
To
there.
me, that's Lansdale. I don't know. Sorry, I'm wrong there.
But anyway,
So
it's a cool
North
little
Wales.
joint. They always have really good food trucks. And as an extra bonus, the owner, Bob, is an amazing dude.
Oh, cool.
He's a super good guy. So, head brewer, awesome. Owner,
So funny
awesome.
and awesome. So funny and awesome.
And
yeah.
good food trucks, too. And good beer.
Yeah. So, go see them. Go visit them. Enjoy their beer. The atmosphere there was really pretty awesome. I was there last Friday, right before I went and saw Bended Light.
I've
Which
always
was
had an
amazing
enjoyable
also.
time.
And it was a really nice place. It was really cool. Everyone there was just there having a good time. It was great. Really
Cool.
nice. So
I think you should open that up and let's
we
test that liquid.
are going for the 10-7 Milky
Milky Milky.
Shakey Shake.
Shakey Shakey.
That is their line of milkshakes. They have Milky Shakey Shakey Peach, Milky Shakey Shakey Vanilla, Milky Shakey Shakey Berry, whatever you got. This is Milky Shakey Shakey Pumpkin.
Milky Shakey Shakey Zucchini?
No, pumpkin.
Oh, okay.
Definitely pumpkin. All right, let's hear how Milky Shakey Pumpkin pops up. Sounds like a beer.
Sounds like a beer.
All right, we're going to pour this one. I'm going to go extra big on this one, and I believe B is also going to do the same thing because he is excited for this. I did have this one time on draft. Look at that surprising color. Wow. All right, I'm going to pour a little bit here. Give this to B.
I feel like I'm going...
Look at that. A nice Oh, really nice lacing. Beautiful. Fair head. Good amount of carbonation and really nice and hazy, if you can see that. Really nice. All right. Let's go for the sniff test.
That's what she said.
I do not like the sniff test.
That's also what she said.
Yeah. That does not appeal to me. There's something that my nose is catching. I catch some pumpkin spice and then something else back there. Are you getting it or is it just me?
I'm trying not to be influenced by you.
A creamy pumpkin spice, but there's something floating in there that I can't place. Here we go. All the spice. All the pumpkin spice.
Something
Milkshakey.
slightly green vegetal in there.
Yes,
Are you getting that?
that's what I was talking about when I had it on draft last week. I thought, you know what, this needs a week or two, and then it's going to be just perfect. But it still has that slight. Honestly, it could be real pumpkin.
Yeah.
I don't know how they brewed this, but it could just be real pumpkin in there, and we're getting that. No, not just spices.
While we're on the subject of real pumpkin, I've got questions for you. If you took a look at the thumbnail this week, and it was really hard to see, I struggled with the pumpkin had a tap coming out of it,
I saw that.
and the tap was black, and it was a black. So anyway, design issues aside, have you ever been to a party where they've hollowed out a pumpkin, shoved a tap into it, and poured beer through it?
I'm not interested in flat beer out of a pumpkin.
You're so angry all the time.
No.
Yeah.
It sounds fun. Go ahead and Pinterest that all you want.
Immediately, it's like a pumpkin shoot. As soon as I'm pouring it through the beer, through the pumpkin, you don't want to tap that immediately and try it.
If you poured it absolutely immediately, fine, I'll try it. But it's all that's gone.
I wish
All
Nate.
that carbonation is gone.
I appreciate that Nate cut away to the thumbnail, but I wish people could have seen your face as you were describing, because you were so angry.
I don't understand why you would take a good beer.
Because it's fun. It's
not.
fun.
That's not fun.
It's fun.
It's ruining a good beer.
It's fun. Anyway,
Yeah.
so
yeah, not for me.
Have you ever cooked with real pumpkin?
Absolutely.
What have you made?
My very first experience was I used to work in a pizza shop years and years ago.
If you tell me what I think you're going to tell me, which is what I am planning to experiment and try in a couple weeks, you're going to blow my mind.
Probably not. This is weird.
Oh, okay.
The owner of the pizza shop, Sal, would make me go get these giant pumpkins, huge pumpkins, not like pie pumpkins, not the pumpkins.
Yes,
you're supposed to
apparently
make pie
I have to find sugar pumpkins is what I'm
You have to
looking
find
for.
pie pumpkins or sugar pumpkins. Yeah, you can find them. You can also often find them at Walmart.
Really? Okay.
They're smaller. They're only about
Yes.
this big. But anyway, he would get the big giant like gourd type pumpkins, and we would have to cut them all up into big slices like watermelon, big giant crescent slices. Put them all on big pans, cinnamon and oil them like olive oil and cinnamon,
Yeah.
and just roast them in the pizza oven.
Yeah?
And then hundreds of pounds of pumpkin would come out, and we would just cube it all up, and he would just sit there and eat pumpkin. Just roasted pumpkin.
So you were... That's not...
It's weird.
So disappointed in that
It's not
story.
delicious.
He's just eating roasted pumpkin.
Yeah, it's not a great... that was my first
I
experience.
thought you were like making some type of dish for the customers, but no, it was for the owner to just sit
no,
there
yeah.
and gorge on pumpkin.
Yeah.
That's
It was
weird.
really weird. I know. That was my first experience. But then other than, you got pumpkin bread.
Yeah.
You got pumpkin pie is my most favorite thing.
Yeah.
I noticed in the chat, Banky, I'm not ignoring you.
Yo, you did make...
So
Yeah, I
gourd
remember.
finger. Yeah, so I've got a lot of things. Yeah, I have quite a few experiences with pumpkin. Gourd finger is the pumpkin beer that my brewery Tom Schrock brews. So when we brew gourd finger, there's been a few different iterations of gourd finger. In the beginning, it was straight real pumpkin, like actual spices, which was an absolutely delicious beer. Then we did rum barrel aged gourd finger. and aged it in Captain Morgan barrel, Captain Morgan private stock. And then that was absolutely over the top.
Sounds
It was
fantastic.
Just beautiful beer. The last time we did it was just last year. It was not Gourdfinger. That last year we added the imprint marshmallow treatment, and we added full pumpkin pies into the mat.
What
into the
style
beer.
was Gourdfinger?
Gourdfinger is just a pumpkin ale.
Ale. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep, pumpkin ale with spices, and then over the years we've tried different things.
When
and
you
they've all been
condition
really
on pumpkin,
successful.
did you roast the pumpkin beforehand? Or was it
No, the
raw?
pumpkin is part of the boil.
Oh, okay.
When I put pumpkin in it, it's part of the boil. It adds to the. Well, I don't want to talk about what the pumpkin does when you put it into beer because that's part of our trivia tonight.
Oh,
But,
trivia!
When you add the pumpkin into a boil, it has a different effect than when you condition it on pumpkin. You don't want to ever condition it on a raw pumpkin. You could condition it on something like a pumpkin pie. So when I do a straight I'll do like I love to do a cream ale, straight cream ale recipe, and then when the cream ale is done fermenting, the yeast has eaten all the sugars, then drop in a 5-gallon batch, drop in like 2 or 3 fresh baked pumpkin pies. Boom, right in there. And all that yeast comes back to life and just eats up all that crust and all the spices and I mean, it just it makes a delicious beer.
There's a little bit of sugar in there too, right?
Yeah, well, it comes back to life and then it creates a higher sugar content and really, really fun. But you get the crust flavors and everything when you do it that way.
Last year's batch was the house beer for the party.
Correct.
And was delicious. In
For,
fact,
that was for Dinktoberfest.
for Dinktoberfest, I feel like I kept going back to that and drinking it over and over and over again because it was delightful. Well done, sir.
And my pumpkin steak chili has won chili cook-offs. So I have I make a pretty good pumpkin chili.
Which I believe you brought to Dinktoberfest, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
It's a delicious chili with imagine a nice spicy chili with a touch of those pumpkin pie spices. And a touch of brown sugar sweetness. It really does go really good together.
I am going to do pumpkin gnocchi.
Oh, that sounds like a great idea. With like a brown butter sauce?
Exactly.
Like a brown butter sage?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That sounds great.
That's in the plans. That's coming up in the next week or two.
So
Yeah.
am I the only one that does pumpkin seeds? Where you just take the seeds and salt them and bake them.
They're the
like
best.
popcorn. Okay. Just checking.
I'd be totally down with that. So if you want to bust the popcorn maker out,
You don't need the popcorn.
Have you ever...
Just an oven.
We wanted them really, really crispy one time, and a friend of ours told us if you're doing pumpkin seeds, you should like blanch them, like throw them in boiling water first, and it gets all the stuff off, and kind of gets them ready. And then once you pull them right out of the hot water, throw them right on the baking sheet, salt them, and cook them. Those are the best we ever had.
oh,
No, I'm probably missing a step in there.
gives them a nice
Our
snap.
friend Lisa Everett's told us how to do it. You'll have to ask Denby upstairs. I don't know the exact, but she does them, and they're just
Have to
fantastic.
give that a shot.
Yeah, they're really good. Pumpkin seeds are fantastic, but the problem is getting the damn seeds. That's the hardest part. You have to carve the pumpkin and get all that stuff, get all the stuff off, the guts.
That's what kids are for.
Yeah, they do a terrible job. Don't you tell me your kids can do that. You're a liar.
He's still a kid at heart.
But it is worth it. And then you get to carve the pumpkins, and I do love carving pumpkins.
We got a lot of chili heads in the group. I would like to see some of those pumpkin seeds dusted with something.
Oh, like spicy pumpkin seeds?
Yeah.
That sounds nice. And I could probably, even with diverticulitis, I could probably do pumpkin seeds.
Because they're big ass seeds, right?
Yeah, I can't do nuts. I can't do things like that. But I could probably, because they're so big, I could probably do pumpkin seeds.
Could you eat a peanut?
I'm not supposed to.
There's a pumpkin seed and a peanut.
It's different. I'm going to try it.
I think some spicy pumpkin
I'm
seeds would
trying
be
it. I would
awesome.
love to. Absolutely. That's
All
a
right.
great idea. So who do we know that could do that?
Yep, we got people.
Keen would make them, but he'd make banana pumpkin seeds, which I just don't think would be a way to go.
No, that's gross.
Yeah, I know.
All
That's
right.
what I'm saying.
Are you done?
No, but honestly, I'm really enjoying this right now. The first sip was a little weird. but I really like it right now.
Yeah, it was medium.
I am happy with that beer. I would drink another one.
It's a little that vegetal taste. I can't
There's something
shake
in
it.
there.
Can't shake it.
Almost like I'm imagining like pumpkin rind, like something like that is in there.
I'm not going to argue with you on that one. That could definitely be it.
I require a rinse before the third beer. Please, sir.
That was like a royal
Rinse me.
Nate. That was like a royal proclamation that was just issued right there.
In all honesty, I've had this beer before, and
Wait, the one we had or the one we're about to
this
have?
next one. This one's a winner.
Winner chicken dinner?
Yes. One of the better pumpkin beers. I would say at least top 6 or 7 in my life. This is a good beer. Have you had the 2 imprint pumpkins? You should, but don't mix them.
I've been on hiatus for the last 2 weeks. Soccer season is ramped up, but
I don't like cheesecake in beer, so the pumpkin cheesecake one I was a little worried about. Don't be worried. Let it warm up a little, and it is absolutely incredible.
wait one. Excuse me, sir. When did you try these Did you happen to have these imprint pumpkin beers before fall?
When they were the day they were
No.
being sold.
I don't need an explanation. It's a simple yes or no.
Yes.
Oh, I think you all should go back and watch last week's episode when someone was dragging me across the rails telling me how I can't drink pumpkin beers before fall. You, sir, are a hypocrite.
I split one of each with Kernick because we were sitting there at the brewery. Both of us love pumpkin beers. We were ready to each buy a case, and we had to try it to make sure that it was a beer that we would buy a case of.
Oh, I did it for the people, man.
No, I did it for me. I did it for my wallet.
Okay, just
was all for my-
want to be clear
It was for the life of my fridge back
about your sliding
there.
scales of morality.
I don't need a case of pumpkin beer that I'm not going to drink back there. I had to try it.
Weren't you just telling me that you've got bottles from 2015 that you bought a case of?
Yes.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I
A case
point
that
to
I'm-
the evidence.
A case I'm not going to drink. That's the difference. A case I'm going to drink, great. But which we're going to have on the show during one of our pumpkin episodes. I have 4 left of the Avery Rumpkin, which is a rum barrel aged pumpkin. Comes in at like 16 to 18%. Just an amazing beer. But I
Jimmy.
have bottles from dating back to 2015.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I rest my case.
Pumpkin's good beer. Okay, so we're going to open this pumpkin beer,
Yes?
and then we're going to play trivia, and it's the end of the night.
Okay.
How are we doing? How are we doing on time? Are we good?
About a half hour in.
We're doing great. And I have a lot of cool pumpkin trivia to share.
And I have literally no idea what's going on next.
So it's a bunch of random pumpkin beer facts that I hope that I found really enjoyable, so I hope you will too. But
Can't
I'm also a pumpkin beer nerd, so
I'm a big pumpkin beer fan, so I'm looking forward to learning.
We'll make B play.
Yep.
And we'll make Nate from In the Mix Light and Sound play.
Hey, in the mix, where are you going to be this weekend?
This weekend is my weekend off, actually. So I'm going to be chopping wood all weekend.
Is that a
Getting that ready
euphemism?
for winter. No euphemism. It's going to be old school lumberjack. Like, here we go. Get ready to, load up the stores for winter. Now, after that, then I have festivals for all through October. And, yeah, we'll be working.
All right, excellent.
One of them being Limerick Uncorked, which I heard the tickets are sold out already.
They did
but
sell out.
They are looking for vendors. So if you are a vendor of any kind, contact Limerick Uncorked. The sound's going to be incredible for the band.
Yeah, I heard if you drive by, you can hear the cork being uncorked.
Oh, wow.
That's how good the sound is.
Wow, that's going to be good.
I know, it's fabulous.
Yeah, when you're there, say hi to In the Mix Light and Sound. Nate will be there. Yeah, that's about it. But Nate's got a really, really a beautiful chimney and wood burning insert in his house. And just a killer. His woodshed's like a really beautiful woodshed. Holds a ton of wood. I don't know if you get excited about wood storage. He's got amazing wood storage.
Are you saying if I get excited about wood?
Yes. So he's probably gonna cram that thing full for the winter.
He's gonna shove a lot of wood in there.
Yeah. When I saw, I was like, you gotta send me the plans for that wood shed. That's a beautiful wood shed you have there, sir.
I made it myself.
He did. It's really nice. I'm not kidding. There's no jokes aside. That's a really nice woodshed. And it's a really nice stove the way it heats the house. Okay, so we are going for Heavy Seas Brewing Company, or Heavy Seas Beer is really what they're called. It is the Greater Pumpkin. And this bottle is a pumpkin ale brewed with pumpkin and spices, aged in bourbon barrels. Now, if you're familiar with Heavy Seas, they have recently changed their logo. They used to be like a ship's wheel and like a wave, but now they're this new skull and black flag. Same beer. They became really popular for Tropicana. Do you remember Tropicana back in the day? That was like their number one. This beer is going to require a bottle opener. Let's see how we do. Sounds low carb. Okay.
I don't see any misty gases floating off the top.
I don't see much happening there. Let's see how we do. Boo for the third time. Here we go.
Oh, there it is.
Nice color. Oh no, the carbonation's nice.
I saw the misty gas once you
easy on
started
that
pouring
for you.
it.
Yeah. Very clear. Great clarity on this guy. Very thin lacing, but it does look nice.
I went with the aggressive pour, as I always do.
It smells like a pumpkin in a barrel.
Yeah,
made beautiful babies.
Just the nose on that. This nose is infinity times the previous two noses.
Yeah.
And it's just rounder and it's fuller, just on the nose. So I can't wait to stick my face in there.
This is a surprising beer for a shelfie beer. It really was to me, and I'm interested to see how you feel.
Oh, thank you,
Cheers,
sir.
for
Thank you.
this one. But right off the shelf, you can get this guy.
Yeah.
That's a winner, right?
Yeah. That's just
heavy brown sugar.
That's just
There's a heavy brown sugar sweetness, but with that brown sugar, you've got the barrel riding right along. So it's like a brown sugar and bourbon barrel. It's really beautiful.
Very
with pumpkin spice across
pronounced barrel.
Yeah.
The one thing, and maybe it's there, but it's very subtle. Maybe it's not even there because I was expecting it, is vanilla. I was expecting vanilla, and I'm not getting any.
Oh, I get vanilla.
Do you?
Try again.
All right.
Yeah, try again. And this one does, as I drank it, it really changed on me. It really...
I'm doing the double hand cup.
And it's not icy cold. I kind of kept that one
Yeah.
out to try and let it get a little warm.
Yeah.
It really, just a beautiful beer. And super affordable and probably readily available at pretty much any bottle shop you go to. It's a winner. And real winner in my book.
Oh, it's delicious. I
Still no vanilla creeping in on you?
Nope, not yet.
Okay.
The barrel is like, hello, I'm Mr. Barrel, and I am here in this beer.
There is as much barrel as there is, barrel and brown sugar right there together. They're just playing along with each other.
But it's
I
not-
think it goes great together.
But it's not, it's so well balanced that it's not sweet.
No, it's not too sweet. Nope. It's really, you get that, maybe I should say molasses over brown sugar.
I've done this brewery a disservice because there have been multiple times in my life I had the ability to go to this brewery and I passed.
Yeah. Honestly, I would have passed too, except for this beer. This beer makes me rethink that brewery.
Yep.
It's really, really good. Really, really greatly well done.
This is
All
yummy.
right. So, I think it's time for the history of pumpkin beer trivia. Do you hear it?
Pumpkin ate a bad burrito.
No, we've been ignoring comments, so I have to address a few.
Go ahead.
Erica is roasting her own pumpkin seeds from her garden. That's pretty friggin' amazing.
Yeah,
I love that.
Well, we'll look forward to seeing
Wow.
you with a pouch of seeds. Erica.
Yeah, come on over. Bring me a bag of seeds. C-Dub says, I shouldn't be eating pumpkin seeds. You know, we're going to find out. Because I'm going to eat pumpkin seeds, and we're going to find out what happens. Okay? We'll see.
I may be auditioning for a new co-host.
Yeah, it could happen. But we're going to try. I'm definitely going to go for it. And, no, Deer Park ended their sponsorship.
What are we going to do with all that advertising money rolling in, Tom?
Apparently, we didn't sell enough bottles of Deer Park. 4 bottles is not enough.
We literally told them the name of the show is Low Expectations.
And they thought we were joking or something. You guys are funny. No. Mm-mm. So, yeah. Goodbye, Deer Park. Thanks for nothing. But, yeah, C-Dub, Avery. Heck yeah. I love Avery.
Oh, no. 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 Don't ruin my Limerick beverage experience.
All right. So, the theme song has been played, so it is time to bring up trivia. And I believe I just need to tap. Oh, I don't even need to tap. I think about tapping and it happens.
Banky,
That's how good In the Mix is.
as long as you follow the rules of the restraining order, Banky, I guess you can do whatever you want.
All right, so
I'm not looking. I'm looking away.
tonight, no, there's no answers on here.
Oh, good.
I have them memorized. So for tonight, I had printed out all of the questions because there's also some narrative with some of the questions because the facts were just too good not to share.
Ooh, Tommy's telling stories tonight, kids.
Yeah, just a little, not a lot. And there's also in the middle a folk song.
Are you singing a folk song?
I shit you not.
Oh, boy. It's a multimedia event tonight.
So the first question we have, what year, as far as I can find on the interwebs, okay?
Yes.
As far as I can find.
Yes.
What year was the first written record of pumpkin being used in a beer? All right, so think about this. Your options are 1743. 1843, 1943, or 1643.
The 43s.
Well, I wanted to try and go for 100-year bumps so you could kind of think about it and go that way. Didn't want to make it too confusing.
Pumpkin in beer.
It definitely ends in 43.
All right, Nate, you or me? Who's going first?
You want to take it?
I'm saying pumpkin. I'm gonna say it took them a while to get to pumpkin, and I'm going 1943. That's what my gut is telling me.
All right, I'm going opposite there. I think those people got over here and they're like, "Oh, we need to brew beer, but what can we brew beer with? Maybe we can try these pumpkins." So, 1743 or 1643. I'm gonna go with 1643.
All right, we did opposite ends of the spectrum.
All right. So, it was 1643. Did it spin?
Look at you, Nate.
All right. 1643 was the first recorded record of pumpkin being used in beer brewing. However, that was not the first time it was used, because the first recorded record is actually written into what they found years, just not too long ago, as America's first folk song. In 1643, a folk song was written as a satire about pumpkins and how much the colonists used them. So, for the next slide, I'm sorry, the third slide, I'm going to show you that song. But for the next slide, I have one more question. So, here we go. Is it up there? It's not up there yet. Okay. The main reason pumpkin was adopted as an ingredient in early colonial times was its availability over which beer ingredient? So the main reason why they brewed, we know they were doing it in the 1600s, but why did they use pumpkin over which ingredient? Your options are, out of beer ingredients, you've got barley.
Yep.
You've got malt.
Yep.
And then you also have hops.
Yep.
And then, of course, you cannot forget dank fire, yo.
Can't forget the dank fire, yo.
Where would a fruited beer be without dank fire, yo?
So they couldn't get one of those, so they went to pumpkin.
Yeah, basically. Mm-hmm. Pretty interesting. Isn't that cool?
I'm going malt.
Okay, malt. Why are you going malt?
I'm thinking of, first of all, what its job is in the beer, and what scarcity they may be facing that they may need to substitute. That's my line of thinking.
Okay.
Yeah, I would agree. The lack of something sugary.
That's it. Malt provides the sugar content, and they could not get good malt. It was impossible to get your hands on. There was really no way to ship it across, and they couldn't make it at the time, so they had to substitute different things. And pumpkin was the number one because that was a native plant that grew abundantly. Those things grow like weeds.
Pumpkin's fucking everywhere.
Mm-hmm. So.
Oh, wait.
Hey!
And also, fun fact: by the late 19th century, good malt became readily available. So around the 19th century, pumpkin was completely forgotten in beers. Gone. It was gone from all beers. They went back to malt.
Pumpkin held a grudge. It's
Yeah.
like, yo, I've been keeping it down for how many years
and
now?
actually-
You just walk away from me?
Well, from some of my research, the colonists started to look down on pumpkin, like, ooh, pumpkins for the poor folk, pumpkins for bumpkins, and
Because I just got a shipment of quality malt and some dank fire, yo.
I just got this huge barrel of dank fire. Can't wait to add it to my beer. Yeah, so come the 19th
Hey,
century.
pumpkin hips, out of the way. I'm getting me some good beer.
Yeah, it was just completely forgotten, and for hundreds of years, nobody used it. Pretty neat.
Interesting stuff.
It saved the day, but then everyone just
Walked away.
forgot about it.
People,
Bastards.
Sons of
How could you forget pumpkin like that?
Come on. Pumpkin got you through the hard times.
Okay, so now this one here, we're gonna go back to the folk song, and here are the lyrics of the folk song. Okay.
Well, may I before you...
Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this is gonna block our faces. We could go over here, and B could go over there. I knew this was gonna happen. I planned for it. Other side, buddy.
Oh, hey.
There you go. Hey,
Can I
folk
just-
song coming up. Here it is.
Can I just... What
Yeah.
I know
Okay.
a colonial pumpkin-related folk song that dealt with the struggles that the colonists faced.
Yeah.
And
This could be it.
how much they embraced the pumpkin
This could be it.
to
buddy.
get them through hard times.
this could
And
be
I'm
it.
just curious, did it go anything like, on a cold October night, Ichabod was looking for a little something.
Looking
He
for a little
couldn't
something.
find a willing lass, but he had plenty of pumpkin. Was that it?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, Ichabod's not in it.
Okay.
And he wasn't looking for a little something, something.
Wrong folk
So
song.
anyway, let's bring those lyrics back up. The lyrics, I'm not going to do them all, but instead of pottage and puddings and custards and pies, our pumpkins and parsnips are common supplies. We have pumpkin at morning and pumpkin at noon. If it was not for pumpkins, we should be undone. It's undone. And then it goes into some singing thing. If barley be wanting to make into malt, we must be contented and think it no fault, for we can make liquor to sweeten our lips of pumpkins and parsnips and walnut tree chips.
I think you should have done that in the style of Eminem.
I don't know the style of it.
If someone sang that at me in any walk of colonial life, I would have taken my colonial walking stick and hit them with it.
I thought this would be fun.
It is fun. It's like hey.
So we'll fade that one out. We'll go to the next question. That should have faded out.
Is the giant
let's
block
try
gonna
one more
stay
time.
there?
There we go.
Oh,
Okay. Added one too many animations, folks. I'm still new to this trivia thing. Okay. I just thought people would be interested in that song. 1643. That is the first written record of using pumpkin in beers. Now,
I was gonna.
the first.
I thought you were gonna say popular music.
No,
okay.
just the first actual written record of using pumpkin in beer at all.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah, pretty cool. I'm so glad I decided to do this one. Now, here comes a really fun one. During colonial times in the fall and into the winter, they believe, you could, when you went to someone's house, you were commonly served a cup of flip. F-L-I-P, a cup of flip.
Flip cup.
Yeah. You went to someone's house for flip cup.
That's awesome.
For a cup of flip. Okay. So with that said, a little bit more information for you is flip is a mixture of pumpkin beer from colonial times, brown sugar, and something else.
Oh.
And it is heated by inserting a red hot poker into the glass
Woo!
and having it boil. Can you imagine going to someone's house and be like, "Ooh, the pokers are red hot. Here's your flip cups," psst, 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 and drinking a warm cup of pumpkin beer, brown sugar, and something else.
Okay.
Next party,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, there you go. It sounds like a great idea. I think it would be fantastic.
Tom,
So,
did you microwave the pokers?
the third ingredient. Did you microwave the pokers? Oh, it's lightning in the it's lightning in the kitchen, Mom. What's happening? So we're looking for the third ingredient in Flip Cup. Okay,
All right.
it's brown sugar, pumpkin beer, and red wine.
All right.
Brown sugar, pumpkin beer, and white wine.
Okay.
Brown sugar, pumpkin beer, and rum.
Okay.
Or brown sugar, pumpkin beer, and cider.
This was in colonial times.
Colonial times. It was called Flip. And I cannot wait to try it myself, to be honest. Since I learned about this, I will be absolutely trying this.
Nate, I'm hornswoggled here because the one word before he started giving me the answers, I thought I had an idea what it was, and the word that I thought it was going to be did not pop up.
Yeah.
Not at all.
What was yours?
I thought milk.
Oh, I was going port.
Oh, port. Okay. There you go.
Oh, both nice ideas. Okay.
All right. So I am personally, Nate, I am saying the wines are out in my book. I don't think they had access to wine back then.
They probably only the rich people would have the wine.
And I don't think the rich people are inviting you in for a cup of flip.
Right. So something more.
So I feel it's either rum, and I'm not trying to sway you.
Nope.
I feel it's either rum or cider, and I feel like rum was easier for them to get their hands on.
I agree. Yep. Rum is.
I'm going rum.
From my knowledge, rum was quite popular
I'm going rum.
when they could import it. Yep.
You go rum?
I'm going rum.
You're going rum? Mm-hmm. Double rum.
Double rum.
Double rum, and you nailed it. Well done. Well done. The cider was the one that seemed most possible to me, but cider back then was not crisp and clear. Cider was a very, very thick,
Murky.
viscous. It was almost like an apple stout, like very thick, pouring drink. So that was cider back then too. But it is rum. I cannot wait to mix a delicious pumpkin beer with some brown sugar and some rum. But you have to understand the pumpkin beer back then was not a pumpkin spiced beer. It was pumpkin to get the sugar from the pumpkin. Mm-hmm. So if you were to just do a pumpkin beer now with good spices and then add rum to it, basically it's a rumpkin. Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty neat.
And
apple cider with Captain Morgan and heat that up. That's pretty good.
Oh, Nate loves that in the crock pot.
And
Just dish it out with a ladle.
Tom has already ordered the Red Hot Pokers from Amazon.
Yeah, I got 8 Red Hot Pokers on the way. And I ordered them next day, so they're hot when they get here.
They're plug-in.
Yeah. Red Hot Pokers. I'm going to do it one time. I'm doing it one time. Someday I'm going to be dumb enough to be like, hey, let's put a Red Hot Poker in the fire and do that.
I don't know why these solo cups keep melting.
Try a soldering iron or something.
No.
Every once in a while,
It's a bad idea. They're
every once in a while, evil Nate pokes his head out.
plugged in. That's
Make sure you're on a GFI.
Have you ever tried a hairdryer in the bathtub? Good times. Good times.
We call that in colonial times. They called that a flip trip.
I cannot wait till Banky sings that song with a lute. I gotta tell you, he's gonna get a lute and sing us that song. I require video, sir.
Only if he's
require video.
only if he's wearing man hose while he does it.
All right, let's go on to the next question, folks. Is there any more of that delicious grater left?
I think that might be.
Oh, I would love a touch of
A
that delicious
smidge left.
grater. So we are on one of the last questions. There's a few more left.
See, it's in my head now.
So my precursor for this one is using a recipe that he researched from George Washington. So a fellow researched a recipe that was George Washington's recipe. Now,
I'm skeptical.
who is responsible for the modern revival of pumpkin beers? There is a moment in time where pumpkin beers were revived.
Before he
And
gives
there's-
me any answer choices, Nate, 2 names have already popped into my head,
Throw them out.
and I'm annoyed.
Do it, baby.
I'm annoyed
Throw
at these
'em
2
out.
names. Do you have any?
Now you'll have to lead this one.
Sam from Dogfish Head is one name that popped into my head.
Okay.
And Jim from Sam Adams is the other name that popped into my head.
Very good. Very good. Good. Okay. Your choices are
Oh, I'm so annoyed already.
Bill Owens of Buffalo Bill's Brewery. Sam C. Cagaglione
Calagione.
of Dogfish Head Brewery. Jim Coke of Sam Adams Brewery. Or Ted Shackelford of Yellow Hat Brewing.
This is why I'm annoyed.
This one is to fuck with you. Oh, said a bad word. I'm sorry.
It happens every once in a while. It
Yeah.
slips out. We're
This-
very good. We try and be very
Yes, yeah, we do. This one is to really mess. I just did this to mess with you.
good. I'm completely going my gut here.
Go ahead.
You or me? Me?
All right. Well, I'll say power of deduction here. So he went out of his way to say it went from George Washington's recipe. So Sam Adams, George Washington. I'll go with Sam Adams.
Okay.
Good reasoning for someone who doesn't know Sam.
So, I don't know a pumpkin beer that Sam Adams does. I think I would have run into it by now, or it would at least be in my
They make one.
lexicon. But I also know that Sam from Dogfish Head has, or had for a while, an obsessive hobby of researching historical brews. And I do know that they have a very popular pumpkin beer. So because of those 2 items on my grocery list, I'm going to go with Sam from Dogfish Head. If it's freaking Buffalo Bill or Ted Shackelford, I am hurling Mo against the wall.
It's Bill.
Oh,
It's
Jesus
Buffalo Bill.
Christ.
So,
I defy any of you to tell me that you've ever heard of Buffalo Bill, Bilbo Baggins, Barney Brubble, Bobo, Billy Bon Busty Boy.
He's a brewer. He's a brewer from California.
I hate him already.
He revived it back in the 80s, and he actually used George Washington's recipe. He went as far as, for his recipes, he grew his own pumpkins so that he could brew it just like George Washington's recipe. And it turned out like crap. It was terrible. So ended up his secret recipe was pumpkin pie mix from the store.
like
From
Libby's.
the can. The spices. That was what, when people hear, in modern times, when they hear pumpkin, they expect those spices to be with it.
Yes. And I agree.
So he revived it back in the 80s. I did not know this until today. Your reasoning is exactly what I thought. It's got to be Sam.
I fell
because Sam
I fell
researches
right
those recipes.
into your trap. I fell right into your trap.
Yeah, yeah. So it was this other guy, and it was not Sam. Mind-blowingly. I would have absolutely gone for Sam.
And then you threw another no-name, Ted Shackelford, in there.
So-
Is he fictional? Does he exist?
I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know Curious George?
I do know Curious. He's the most curious monkey that ever was.
The man in the yellow hat's
His name's
real
Ted
name is
Shackelford?
Ted Shackelford from Yellow Hat Brewing. So that's Curious George's owner.
I hate you. Well, someone's just thrown down the gauntlet when we play these games from now on.
That was good.
I was just trying to help him be a cicerone. I was being nice. I was throwing real answers out at him. I wasn't effing with him at all. That's changed.
As I learned the facts and I'm taking notes, I'm like,
Oh, yeah, I need some Curious George in this one.
everything just fell together. It was the perfect question for me to ask you. It was perfect. But now, with that said, let's go to the next question.
I got it. It's going to take me a little while to shake that one off.
I don't think so. I have a story for you, folks. In the year 1940...
You can do a better voice for that. In the year 1914. Yeah, curl that mustache up a little bit.
In the year 1994. 1994. A pumpkin beer was entered into a baking competition where it beat all the other pies and cakes and rolls and other things made of pumpkin. It got first place, that pumpkin beer. The question for you is, who is responsible? Oh, that's the wrong one. That's not the question, folks. I forgot to turn the page. The question is, 1 year later, 1995, the brewer opened what brewery? In 1994, entered a baking competition with his pumpkin beer. He beat everything, won first place. A year later, opened a brewery. What is the name of that brewery? Are you ready for your choices?
Yeah.
Okay. Southern Tier. Weyerbacher. Elysian. Dogfish Head.
Jesus Christ.
These are thinkers, right?
I gotta Google.
So, Nate, the brewery has to have been around for 30 years.
Yeah, see, I'm just guessing, grasping at straws. I'd say maybe Southern Tier, because I remember having a pumpkin beer by them once a long time ago. But yeah.
I don't want to say Dogfish Head. With all the fiber of my being, I don't want to say Dogfish Head. And I'm not going to say Dogfish Head, and I am tortured by the fact that it may be Dogfish Head. I'm just angry at the last answer, which is why I won't answer it again. Oh, God. So, Southern Tier has Pumpkin and Warlock.
Right.
Warlock came out much later. Let's say that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Weyerbacher has Devious, Imperial Pumpkin. Elysian has a plethora. They've got a portfolio of pumpkin beers. I want to rule out Elysian. I want to say it's not Elysian.
I'll give you that. Not Elysian.
I want to rule out Weyerbacher. I want to say it's either Southern Tier or Dogfish Head,
So,
Nate.
in B's defense, this is exactly where I would have been in the same exact situation. I would have narrowed it down to those two. And they're both really hard choices. They're both good choices.
Here's what I'm going to do. Ready? I'm going to answer Dogfish Head, and if it's not Dogfish Head, I am not drinking a Dogfish pumpkin beer this year.
Ooh, how about that? But if it is, you're going to drink one?
Immediately. Do you have one?
No, I don't have
Oh,
one.
okay.
Although, we usually do have some. I'm going to tell you, it's Dogfish Head.
Oh, thank God.
So, just so the folks at home, if you're curious, that 1994 pumpkin baking contest was held in Delaware at the absolutely incredibly popular, but now no longer, pumpkin chunking contest.
Yes, that makes absolute sense.
And that is actually why that beer is still called pumpkin ale, because it is named after the pumpkin chunking contest, where before he had a brewery, he entered his pumpkin beer, won first place against all the baked goods.
That's an awesome story.
Isn't that cool? Yeah. So that's Sam.
Yeah, my mother-in-law has some swag, I think, from the pumpkin chunkin stuff. They used to go.
Did you ever see video of that? They
gosh.
would build these like trebuchets and they would like hurl these pumpkins.
And then people died.
It was
got
so
bad.
much. Where do you stand on Dogfish Head?
I really appreciate what they do. Have you ever been to the brewery?
Yep.
I think the brewery is a really great tour.
Yep.
It's a really fun time.
Yep.
And I, like you had talked about earlier, Sam's obsessiveness of finding old beer recipes, like ancient Egypt's fermenting, and the one where you chew the corn and spit it out.
I watched every episode of that show.
I love that show.
Yep.
I think it's fantastic. I love his passion for beer.
Yes.
And his passion for beer makes me want to drink his beers. They're not always the best.
I was waiting for the shoe to fall because, and I kind of blame us. I blame us.
The beer nerds?
We hype. We chase hype. We run to hype. We're never satisfied with anything. He makes good beer.
He does. Solid beer.
It's not his fault. It's our fault.
I'm really interested in finding the Sam Adams Utopia's aged worldwide stout. So when Sam Adams and Dogfish Head, they didn't buy each other out. They basically united.
They shook hands and said, hey, buddy.
So Sam Adams, has the Utopias, which are these incredibly rare, super high alcohol content, barrel-aged beers. They took those barrels, those used barrels, and he took his worldwide stout, which is a highly thought of stout, and aged it into those barrels. And that is coming out very, very soon, if not out right now.
I think it's out already.
It's like right there on your shelves now. So the Sam Adams Utopia's worldwide stout is the best of Sam Adams and the best of Dogfish Head.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. It's really neat. It's a cool idea.
Yeah.
And their worldwide stout is just a fantastic stout.
And if you've never been to the brewery down in Delaware, it's a fun time.
Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful place. It's really fun. Great tour to see the massive brewery that's there and everything they have going on. It's really cool. It's a great trip.
Did you, was that the last question?
No, there's one more to wrap it all up.
Yeah, I think we should do that because we just ticked the hour mark, buddy.
All right, here comes the last question, folks. This last question is very broad. Today's pumpkin spice industry is worth an estimated how many dollars?
Oof.
The pumpkin spice industry, as I found it on the interwebs.
I'm going to say it's worth a latte money.
That was good. All right, here we go. Here are your options. Just amazing. $250 million a year.
More.
$875 million a year.
Now we're talking.
$600 million a year. Or $2.3 billion a year.
Nate, I'm going to let you field this one first.
Pumpkin spice
buddy.
industry worth.
Again, I have no idea. Just grasping. I'm gonna say.
And that does not count Uggs and sweatpants and stretch pants.
Oh,
just
they
pumpkin
don't-
spice itself.
They don't sew that in.
Nope. Just pumpkin spice things itself. No Uggs, no
Oh,
stretch
you
pants.
got
That's a separate packet he puts in the pocket.
pumpkin spice packet. Potpourri.
Poopery.
I don't think it's 2.3 billion, but I do think, as it's a seasonal item and it's used in a lot of things, 875 million is my guess.
I'm going to the top. I'm going B billion.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not messing around.
Sadly, it's only 600
Whoa.
million. 600 million. Who? Pumpkin spice is worth more than that, folks.
I guess not everybody loves it as much
Could
as
you
I
spend
do.
a couple million more on your Special K pumpkin spice and your pumpkin spice lattes.
Well, I gotta say, nice job. I learned all about.
Did you have fun?
Nice pumpkin
That's
stuff.
what I was hoping for.
Nice
I
pumpkin
wanted you to
stuff
have
tonight.
some fun. That was my goal.
You made my brain hurt a little bit, but I learned some stuff like Ichabod's flip cup. Now I know.
How about flip?
Yeah.
A cup of flip.
We have to have some flip. Absolutely.
Is this party gonna have some flip, man?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's cool.
And we can drink it to this.
So before we sign off, I do want...
Close out the game.
I think that's the sound your colon makes after you've had 3 or 4 cups of flip.
If I have too many pumpkin seeds, it's gonna make that sound.
Did you feed Tom the spicy ones? Show idea. I came up with a show idea before we came on tonight, and I said to Tom, I gave Tom this idea, and he's like, that sounds like a great idea, but can we find any? So, we need to harness the meager power that is you. We need...
The immense power. Don't call them a meager power.
Oh, did I say that out loud?
You said meager
Oh,
power.
sorry.
He means immense. Immense is good.
My bad. Yes, immense power. You need to research for us, because we're lazy, wet hopped harvest ales and where we can find them. For example, Founders does a harvest ale, which I think we can find.
And it has to be a wet hop.
Yeah, wet hop harvest ale.
So wet hop means the hops
Don't
are
give them too much. We'll talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
They're not dried. It is wet hop. It's a very, very specific season. You can't brew that in August and call it pumpkin spice. This is a very specific, narrow...
It's a short window.
And
Short
it's
window.
open right now.
Yeah. So, and I think Deschutes makes one called something Freshies. Yeah. So anyway, wet hopped. I was doing some UnTappd research today. Wet hopped harvest ales. If anybody can find them and get their hands on them, let us know.
Yes, please. Let us know what you see, where you found it. Grab a 4-pack. Be'll pay for it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Fun show. Thanks, buddy. Always fun to do
This
pumpkins.
is the first of the pumpkins. First of many pumpkins.
Buckle up, kids. We are going to pumpkin it up. All right. Thanks for coming tonight.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Take care.
Enjoy your pumpkin.
Flip it.